tourists, people there on vacation. And some of them were like, what the heck's going on? What is this? Why can't I go here? Why can't I cross the street? But there were a lot of them, just random people that weren't cheering for a certain runner. They were just like cheering for you. And I got yelled at a couple times. Like some lady on the boardwalk was like, hey, 2112, you're awesome. And that was my bib number. And I was like, yeah. And I had many people on the course, just random people, tell me, man, you look amazing. Did you even run? I mean, I get that all the time. I've gotten that before with my race pictures. Is like, you don't even look like you did anything. And to tell you the truth, I don't. All my pictures, I cross the finish line looking like I ran maybe a mile. And I'm not gloating or anything, but that's just how I am. Maybe I'm not pushing myself hard enough. I don't know. So anyway, and then we get to the boardwalk and then through Epcot, which that was my favorite just because of the crowds, and they were playing Disney music. And at that point, I was just really, really happy because I was going to be a marathoner, so I just upped my pace. I was going like, for me in a marathon at the end, this was a fast pace for me, was like a 9:55 pace, which was pretty fast. I didn't hit that pace the whole time. Just because they were playing like Ariel or Little Mermaid music and Lion King, and I was singing along and just having a grand old time. Because I knew the end was coming, and I was just so excited that I didn't feel terrible. So I was like, I'm gonna be a marathoner. This is going to happen. Definitely going to happen. So wow, this video has been 17 minutes. I think I better hurry up. Anyway, so get to the finish line at Epcot. Of course, I didn't see my husband, Sean. I didn't see him because there was just a lot of people. I crossed the finish line and got my medal. You can see it spins. It's pretty neat. I was so excited. And then the funny thing about the finish line there, to me, was really funny is because they just kept handing me stuff. And so I got a Powerade, I got water, I got a food box and a banana and Mickey ears. And I'm walking out off the finish line like this, like holding all this stuff, and I get to the runners area and people are just laying around and stretching, and I'm like, no, I gotta go find somebody to take this shit out of my hands. So I went and got out of the area, the runners area, and tried to find Sean, and I couldn't find him anywhere. So I called him and he's like, I'm over here by the trucks, the Enterprise trucks. I'm like, I'm right here. I thought he was wearing a black shirt the whole time, so that's what I was looking for, but no, he was wearing blue, so I walked right past him. I walked right past him. So anyway, after that, we reunited with my brother, who was coming from ESPN back to see Natalie finish, and so we stood on the bleachers and we're waiting for Natalie to come, and she comes and we're rooting for her, and then Patrick beelines it to go buy her a beer right as soon as she crosses, which I wish I would drink, because that probably would have been a great thing to have Sean do. But anyway, so before this race, I read people's experiences with marathons. I've seen people's posts on how terrible, how they hit a wall, how it was just really, really hard and they didn't feel good and they were sick, they were throwing up, and all of this stuff that worried me. And I kept waiting for that to happen. I literally at mile 20 was like, okay, when is the wall coming? When is the wall coming? And when is the mental struggle? Because after mile 20, I was like, okay, when is it going to happen? Please don't happen right at the end. None of it ever came. I never hit a wall. I was focused, I was clear the whole time. No mental struggle to keep myself going, none whatsoever. There was never a time. The only thing that hurt on me was my feet. My feet were the only thing that was hurting, and I probably could have gone faster, but I just really didn't want to because I didn't know when that was going to happen. Like the wall thing that everybody talks about, where you just hit a wall and you can't go any farther, like you lose your glycogen in your muscles or you start cramping, and it never happened, never. And I don't really know why. I don't know why I felt so good. I drank water at every stop. I stopped at every water stop and drank water, and ate my salt tablets, which were, for hydration, because I don't train with regular Powerade, and that's what they had, so I had to use my salt tablets. Um, I had 6 gel packets. I used every single one of them every 40 minutes, whether I felt I needed it or not. Every 40 minutes, I used one, whether I thought I needed it or not. And it was weird because I would eat a gel, and then I would look down at my watch and like, oh, it's time for another one. I mean, that's how fast the time went for me. I didn't feel like I was out there for 5 hours at all. So yeah, my finish time was 5 hours and 14 minutes with an average pace of 12-minute miles, which parts of this I've explained why. I mean, yeah, I'm a little disappointed. I know my ability is better than that, but the factors, it was warm, it was humid, and I can blame it on that kind of stuff. But other than, I think I just wanted to take it slow because I didn't know what was going to happen. So I said, oh well, I mean, I'm happy that I finished and I feel great. And I just don't really know. I'm really confused. And I hear a lot of people like, oh, I can't walk up the stairs. I can't get out of bed. I feel sick. I can't move. My legs hurt. I feel nothing. I mean, my calves hurt a little bit, but nothing is a problem for me. I can sit down on the toilet. I can sit down in a chair on a couch and get up with no problem. And I was telling my husband and my dad this morning that maybe this marathon 26.2 miles is my jam. Maybe that's my distance, because everybody has a distance that they're just good at, that they can tolerate. Maybe that's mine. Maybe the marathon is my distance. And I'm not going to say that when I run Chicago in October that it's going to be as amazing, because I don't know. I mean, you don't really know. But I did notice that I have felt worse after half marathons than I felt after this full. Maybe it's because I was running slow. I mean, maybe if you're running faster, it's a little bit more physical. But I don't know. I'm confused. I'm at a loss for words. Honestly, I don't know why I feel so good. And even today, I mean, it was nothing. It just felt like I didn't do anything. And I hate to say that because of all those people that go through all the pain and the agony that I was expecting to feel. I was expecting to feel that, and it didn't happen. And so I had a really, really good first marathon experience, I'll say. And I recommend doing Disney races if you can. I am definitely going to go back. I'd really like to attempt the Dopey Challenge, which is you do a 5K one day, a 10K one day, a half marathon, and then the marathon. So you do 4 races in 4 days. I would really like to attempt that, but I can't. I probably can't attempt that next year because I'm running Chicago in October. But I would definitely 100% go back and do it again. I would recommend it. It's really fun. Characters everywhere. You can stop, take pictures with them. I didn't, because I had the mind of this is the time I want to finish. So maybe my next time I come down, I'll do stuff like that. So yeah, all in all, it was a wonderful time. It was a great race, well put on. Yeah, it costs a lot. I think the marathon cost me $200 and something. That's with the taxes and the fees. But I mean, it was worth it to me. It's so worth it. So if you have the chance, I recommend doing one. And I know it's expensive to vacation there too, but so I'm just sitting here in my marathoner sweatshirt that I got for Christmas that I can finally wear. Couldn't wear it down there because it was like 80 degrees, so I wore it back home on the plane. And so that's all I have to say. It was just a really great time, and I feel amazing. And oh, I did take some ibuprofen in midway, like half marathon, so maybe that helped too. I don't know. So I'm sorry this video is so long, but I just had a lot to say because it was my first marathon, and I want people to know that not everybody's first marathon is terrible. Because mine definitely wasn't, and I almost forget that I did it because I don't feel bad. I don't. So Anyway, I am right now, my coach has said to take an off season. I'm not going to be training for anything specific right now. I really wanted to try and break 2 hours in the half marathon in April, but she said to take some time off, do shorter running, and then if I feel like it, we can attempt to train for that in April, break 2 hours in the half marathon. Pretty much that's all. Chicago is in 270 days, so I have a lot of time to train for that. So I also have looked into doing a 50K, maybe sometime. That's 30 miles, I think. But I think these longer distances, I definitely think this is my jam, so I will continue to do them, definitely. And not every single one of them is going to be good, but I had such a great experience, I can't help but be positive about the next one. So I'm looking forward to Chicago, and it's just an honor to me to be able to run Chicago, because you don't just sign up for it and get in. You have to, your application has to be picked if you have never ran it or never ran a marathon before. But at the time, I hadn't run a marathon, so so anyway, yeah. Oh my gosh, this video is almost 30 minutes. I'm sorry. I will let you go, and I'm sorry, this probably won't be any more videos until I start training again, probably, and unless people just want to see other stuff that goes on. But thank you for coming along with my journey, and I really appreciate people watching and all the people that helped me get here, like Sean and Patrick and Natalie and my freaking chiropractor. If he watches this, I couldn't have done it without him. Honestly, I couldn't. Just family, people. My stepdaughter for, being my bag carrier at races, but unfortunately she didn't get to come to this one because she was in school. But yeah, so I will see you when I start training again.